You people who are shooting, perhaps we can arrest them before they kill somebody. So stop declining those prosecutions.
Father Pfleger is calling on Mayor Lori Lightfoot and Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx to make several changes to combat the violence and the crime in our city after another violent weekend here in Chicago, which saw 9 people killed and 23 people shot, including a 15-year-old. The community leader held a press conference yesterday where he said that he had spoken with Foxx about his demands and that she assured him her staff would look into it. He said he consistently requested to meet with the mayor, but he hasn't had any success.
Yeah, cue the eye rolls, please. Father Pfleger, kind enough to join us this morning. Father, I want to begin with something you tweeted out about that 15-year-old who was shot. Made the mistake, my understanding, of bumping into somebody before he was shot on Wabash. Why, in your mind, are we seeing so much lawlessness right now?
I think a number of things. I think people are angry. People are hopeless. I think that there has this pandemic, everything has been closed in and everything is kept in. But I think now people are as they're getting out, there's a lot of mental illness. There's a lot of emotional stress. So I think people are bundled up with stuff and they're exploding. So it doesn't take a whole much. Look what's happening at traffic stops and schools and businesses all over. People are taking out their anger because nobody has learned how to process it. And we don't have the avenues of mental health support to help people process it. So we're seeing this explosion, plus the reality of have a proliferation of guns in a country that is in love with guns.
Yeah, and we've also seen the disturbing images of some of these attacks captured on camera, like that bus driver who was attacked on Saturday night. I mean, police just don't seem to have some of the answers that people are looking for, the public looking for safety. I mean, what do you think they should be doing?
Well, I think number one, we're low on manpower in the police department. I think that we're not providing opportunities and access for young people to be involved in positive ways. I think we're not solving homicide cases, so there's no deterrent. If you do things, that there's going to be a repercussion and accountability to it. 80% of the homicides in Chicago are not solved. We've got to solve these cases. We see what happened, that horrible murder of Dennis Zhang in Hyde Park. The next day, there was a solution, and the mayor and the police superintendent were going out and meeting with community, meeting with business leaders, meeting with schools. Well, why would that not be a norm for every neighborhood and every community? I think there has not been an ability to have people to testify anonymously. Historically, that has been done in this city. Winston and Strawn Law Firm did a study for us. You can testify anonymously with the lawyer who represents the person be the one who does the question without their name being given public. We can do relocation. People who testify and are afraid, CHA can provide relocation vouchers for them to move to another city. Our detective staffing in this city is way down. Detectives tell me, I can't solve all the cases put on me with the less department manpower that we have. We need to increase those resources, and we need to increase resources for the police department for mental health. Chicago has one of the highest suicide of police officers than anywhere in the country. I think there's so many things that we could be doing that we're not doing. And we talk about COVID every day, as we should, but we're not talking about the violence. It's been put aside as though this has become some kind of a norm in Chicago. This is not normal. This is not something we should accept.
You know, you mentioned COVID. I'd be remiss, Father Pfleger, if we didn't talk about what we saw last year, this time of year, with regard to holding Mass. I'm just curious for our viewers at St. Sabina. It's a different world a year later, and people are out and they're living their lives again. What do you want viewers to know about attending a holiday Mass this time around? Is it going to look different than it did last year?
Well, certainly, yeah. Last year, I mean, we were virtual, and we were virtual every Sunday, and thank God we were able to do that, so we were able to keep in contact with people. But now we're back, and we've been blessed here to have most of our members have now come back on a regular basis. We've had no outbreaks in the church. People wear masks in the church. I pray the day will come we don't have to wear masks, but right now we're a mask. We're in church, and we have had no problems with it. And people have come back. They've been trusted. They know they're safe here. They wash their hands coming in. They do what's comfortable for them. They want to come up for communion, they can. If not, they won't. They want to come up for collection, they can. If not, they can text in or mail in their offering. So we want people to feel comfortable, but at the same time, we cannot remain a virtual world. We have to continue to come back, be in person, be in relationship with one another. We've already so divided in this country. We're so alienated from one another. We need this sense of community and family to see each other face to face again.
Father Pfleger, always good to see you. Thank you so much for coming on the show this morning to talk about Chicago's violence as well.
Thank you
Appreciate it.
both. Thanks very much.
Father. Okay.